the pandemic for a second undergoing dangerous test in a reality TV show. Freeman's message instructs me to arrive at Hampden Park in Glasgow 3 hours before Scotland kick off against Czech Republic. I must wear a mask at all times. I must stick in all food from my micro bag into a plastic bag provided by the stadium, and all the catering are official. So no fancy burgers or cartons of flat Pepsi to keep me going. When I immediately turn up the stadium 3 hours early, the crowds are predictably sparse. The pub outside the ground overflows with supporters with this. But when I suggest to a steward that might go get a drink ahead of the game, a look of concern crosses her kindly face. Be careful which pub you're going to, she said. That will see you coming. What is she referring to? Could it be the Dunce book bag A4 side that I'm clutching? I have given my spare ticket to Will Scott, my friend Alastair, who is from Edinburgh, so also not 100% at home in Glasgow. We decided to take the advice and skip the pub. Inside the stadium, we encountered Fair in the loudest tartan suit I ever seen, including a tiny tartan clutch bag. I posed for a photo with him and he tells me, I had it tailor-made, son. It fits me like a glove. It is not just COVID regulation that make this unique and peculiar European tournament. Euro 2020, as UEFA still insists on calling it, has also sucked into the cultural wars. English football team has decided. National football team has decided. The national football team is a symbol of the nation, but that is not a straightforward task at a time when national identity is so fiercely contested. The pressing issue for Scotland is independent. For England, it is race. English football team has decided to take the knee before matches as a protest against racism, but it's time to do it. They are booed by skillful children. Even the government seems uncertain about how to respond. After hesitating for a while, Boris Johnson Prime Minister condemned the booing and urged fans to get behind the team. But two members of his cabinet, Jasper Smoke and Priti Patel, defended the protesters. Anna expressed racism but condemned the Marxists of Black Lives Matter movement. Patel, Britain's Home Secretary, accused the player of indulging in gesturing politics. Players from the England team's pre-game press conference are normally confined to discussing tactics, injuries, and the attempts to inside camp, now being added to rare home security. We're not sure to assume that cabinet ministers are better at politics than footballers, but the Johnson government has reason to be worried about clashing with the England team. Last year, it went down to unanimously when it took a macro step forward but extended free school meal for poor families. The Manchester United and England forward mobilized a million signatures behind the petition and forced the Johnson government to change that. The 23-year-old Bashford preparation for included a Zoom call for year 2020, included a Zoom call with Barack Obama. While plenty of tourists are prepared to grumble about the work in Bashford, none are willing to take him in public. The culture wars of football are not just happening in Britain. The multiracial Belgian team took the knee in Russia ahead of their opening game by the crowd. The Russians also protested against Marxism. Viktor Orban, Prime Minister of Hungary, one of the host nations for Euro 2020, defended fans who visiting team taking the knee, saying that Hungarians see the gesture as a provocation. Orban is himself a right-wing provocateur who has become a hero to the Trumpist right in America by issuing frequent warning about elderly dangerous Europe being flooded by Muslims. Even some moderate conservatives are uncomfortable with footballers taking the knee. One prominent thinker in Britain laments me that football is been a political spect, but now the national team has become a source of division. I can see what it means. This year's tournament never really brings back memories of Euro 96, when England would mobilize a million signatures behind the petition and forced the Johnson government to change that. Laments me that football is a political space. Now the national team has become so division. I can see what it means. This year's tournament never really brings back memories of Euro 96, when England played their games at Wembley and the whole country did seem to get behind the team in an uncomplicated sort of way. Back then, packed the stadium, all joined in the singing of the Lions. Football's coming on, and now the stadiums are largely empty, and some of the home crowds actually bring their players. But somebody who has been to many England games over the years, I know that the team was never mixed up with the politics or race illusion. The police, particularly the racial police, have always been there. The identity issues are rather different for Scotland. The identity issues are rather different. Illusion. By somebody who has been to many England games over the years, I know that the team was never mixed up with the politics or race in illusion. England games have always attracted a substantial number of hooligan and far-right supporters whose trademark chant is "No surrender to RA." The last European football chant At the last European Football Championship in France in 2016, the ugly tradition of England football hooliganism re-emerged. When I remarked to another fan that I hadn't particularly enjoyed being caught up in a near riot outside a bar in Marseille, I was told curtly, "If you don't like it, you should stay at home and watch the game on television." Football ground in the 1970s was also where I saw the most overt racism that I ever witnessed in Britain. It was routine to see black players bark Bibles and monkey noises. And football authorities and commentators were silent about this for many years. So if the current national side feels they want to make a statement about racism, it is hard to accuse them of bringing politics into an public space. But now the national team has become a source of division. But So if the current national side feels they want to make a statement about racism, it is hard to accuse them of bringing politics into an public space. The police, particularly the racial police, have always been there. The identity issues are rather different for Scotland. Euro 2020 comes as the Scottish government is ramping up demand for a second independent referendum. This is the first major international tournament the team has qualified for since 1998, neatly fitting the narrative of national revival. Arriving in Scotland for the first game of the tournament, I find the local paper full of optimism. In recognition of the enormity of the occasion, the Scottish government has even allowed schools that listen to allow the kids the Scottish government has even allowed schools to stop lessons to allow the kids to watch the game against sex lives. As a visiting English fan, I wonder how I feel about all this. I grew up supporting Scotland in big international tournaments. I had little options since England failed to qualify for the World Cup in 1974 and 1978. The identity issues are rather different for Scotland. Through 2020, no. In big international, I had little options since England failed to qualify for the World Cup in 1974 and 1978. But British identity was less complicated back then. The anthem played for the Scotland side that lined up to play Brazil in 1974 was God Save the Queen, although retro recording did not show the Scottish player looking particularly delighted. Today, the crowd and team will be belting out loud Scotland with the stern word that we can still rise now and be the nation again. When Scotland qualified for the World Cup in 1973, there were more than 90,000 people inside Hampden. But today, thanks to COVID, it's a little over 9,000. Far from the joyous return to the big time that has been advertised, it feels pretty bland and lonely in the stand, even if the Tartan army had to be reduced to little more than a couple of battalions. They built up loud Scotland, loud enough to drown out conversation. The team started the game with all the expected action and stream forward. Their captain did a Robertson can be seen gesturing to his player to calm down. Then the tech score and the air sucked out of the stadium. At halftime, which had Jews spent in the toilet next to the hand dryer, the warmest spot in Hampden. There is hopeful chatter around the union that Scotland might be able to turn this round, but early in the second half, football history was made by the Czechs. Patrick Schick, the team centre forward, cast the ball on the upper line and Phillips Water, Scottish goalkeeper, into the net. It is one of the most brilliant goals any of us will ever witness. The crowd is now almost totally silent, apart from a group of children, apart from a tiny group of cheering Czechs on the other side of the stadium, and a group of children near me who continue happily shouting for Scotland, while the other around them watch frozen in horror. After the match, Alastair reminds me that Scottish fans are used to bitter disappointment, making the national football team a symbol of nation in double-edged sword. We imagine them scoring wonderful goals and celebrating their fun. But what if your goalkeeper, floundering flow in his back, tangled them in the net? Euro 2020 has already delivered humbling setback for two football match populist leader. Orban gave permission for capacity crowd to attend Hungary's opening game in Budapest against Portugal, only to see the national side lose to 3-0. Receptor Erdogan, President of Turkey, traveled to Azerbaijan and signed the place on honor next to Azerbaijan, from where he was able to see Turkey go down to a 2-0 defeat against Wales. The England team disappointed fans almost as reliably as the Scots, just slightly later in the day. On the other hand, this is a weird tournament. It's taking place in the middle of pandemic, the stadiums are quarter full, and England are playing half destiny. No. The side often portrays an embodiment of what we like to believe are national characteristics: courage, calmness under pressure. In fact, as a recent piece by John Lee in The Guardian pointed out, England are uniquely bad at holding on in a tournament. The numbers seem to suggest they might be about to lift, and that O'Hare the French and Italians are much better at holding their nerve when they take lead. If Gareth Southgate, the England manager, can somehow break this cycle and turn England into a winning outfit, it would inadvertently provide a huge boost to Johnson government that is desperate for symbol of success of Brexit Britain. But Southgate has subtly but mistakenly positioned himself to the left of the government, taking the knee. He leads a multiracial team and has continually defend their right to make statements on something other than football. It has become subtle wisdom in Britain that cultural wars always work better for the right than the left, but football may be exception. Oh my, I can't help before you change it. A poll taken across Europe before 2020 showed 54% of English football fans supported taking the knee, with 39% of polls. If the England team keep winning, the number in favor may rise along with the team's popularity. But once the right may find itself on the wrong end of the culture war for the duration of Euro 2020, I will care much less about who wins the culture war than who wins the tournament. For Scotland, Euro 2020 began with a deflating defeat. The England team disappointed their fans almost as reliably as the Scots, so slightly later in the day. On the other hand, this is a weird tournament. It's taking place in the middle of pandemic, the stadiums are quarter full, and England are playing half destiny. I am allowing myself to afford the weirdest outcome of the lot, an England victory.